And thanks for joining me for this special edition of Need to Know Rochester. I'm Julie Phillip. Last week on Need to Know Rochester, we presented part 1 of Garth and Winton, the project. And today, as promised, we have part 2 lined up. But first, a community mourns the loss of 2 firefighters, Michael Ciparini and Thomas Kachuvka, were shot to death while responding to a fire in Webster on Christmas Eve. Their deaths sent shockwaves across the nation, followed by an incredible show of support. WXXI's Juan Vazquez has been covering this story all week. He joins us now. Thanks, Juan, for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
A very difficult story. Just a brief recap. I'm sure most people watching are aware of it, but let's just make sure everyone.
Yeah, this fire started on Christmas Eve, right in the early morning hours of Christmas Eve. And when the fire broke out on Lake Road in Webster, firefighters had responded to the call. And when they responded, they were met by gunfire by William Spangler. Now, 2 firefighters were shot. They were also killed. And 2 firefighters were also wounded, and they're still recovering at URMC.
And they did get the shooter. He took his own life on the scene.
Yes, he did.
And still some other things unfolding there. But this weekend in particular is a time to remember them. They're having the calling hours, the funeral.
Yeah, calling hours, and they're going to do both firefighters' calling hours at the same time, and they're going to be taking place this weekend at Webster Schrader High School, and then they will have separate funerals on Sunday and Monday.
If social media is any indication whatsoever, the turnout is going to be quite large. There really has been an amazing response on Facebook.
Yeah, there's been an incredible response, and when a firefighter goes down, it's such a tight-knit brotherhood, even as departments are so far away, that when somebody goes down like this, they really do respond quickly, and they respond in force. So many firefighters are expected to come to not only the calling hours, but also the funeral services as well, from all across the country. And we have seen on a Facebook page that was started by a man in Missouri, Bill Benson, who also helped out with the Joplin tornadoes and started a Facebook page for support for the folks that were affected there. There's been an outpouring of support, and also people have been donating rooms for the firefighters that have been coming in. And the hotels across Webster and Rochester, too, have shown their support. They've been giving bereavement rates to the firefighters that will be coming in and taking those room donations for people across the community that have just been paying for rooms that say, look, I'll pay for a room, I'll pay for 5, I'll pay for 10, so the firefighters can come in.
And there is a little concern that there will be protesters there as well, which is unfortunate, but happens these days.
Well, and the same thing happened in Newtown as well, where it looked like the protesters were going to be coming. And this Facebook page that has been dedicated to the firefighters seems to be the de facto information center for everybody. So there's been talk about the protesters, and then there's been people that have been responding to that about what they're going to be doing. Like I said before about the firefighters that would be coming in and trying to find rooms and having rooms donated. All that information has been there as well. So it's been this repository of information for everybody to go to.
And it's quite amazing how many likes this page and how many people following it and engaging.
Yeah, and last time we checked, it was about 20,000 likes. So for a page that's only been up for a few days, that is absolutely tremendous that it's gotten that many likes.
All right, and from the looks of it, we really will see firefighters and others pipe and drum band corps and others coming from very far away. Yeah,
very far away. You're going to see a lot of the local firefighters from as far as across New York State, even down to Pennsylvania, that'll be coming up because it's a short trip. But they'll be taking part in the ceremonies. But you're going to see a lot of firefighters from across the country, and it's just going to be a full scene. And I think with 2 firefighters being memorialized this way, I think that's the reason why they moved it over to Webster Schrader. Needed a larger area for this.
And just a little bit of time left. The 2 firefighters that are in the hospital, slow recovery ahead.
Yeah, slow recovery, but they look to be recovering well. Thomas Scardino and Joseph Hofstetter, they are at URMC. They seem to be recovering well. URMC did release a statement that they look to improve their status in the upcoming days, and they also released a statement as well, which you can see on our website at wxxinews.org.
The firefighters themselves released a statement about that. So thank you very much. It's a difficult story. You and many others in the newsroom covering it, and will continue to do so. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Julie.
WXXI's Juan Vazquez. WXXI News will be covering this weekend's calling hours and funerals of Michael Ciporini and Thomas Kachufka. Listen on WXXI AM 1370 or follow their reports online at WXXInews.org.